Hello everyone and welcome to Anno 2070. In this video I'm going to be showing you just the basic gameplay, how to start playing the game. A lot of people find this game a little confusing when they first start. I know I did. I actually gave up the first time I started playing, so I came back a while later and gave it another shot, and I really like this game. So what we're going to do here is go to the mission map and select continuous game, and I like to play normal, and there are some options here, but you can just click start. And you got a choice here of Global Trust or the Eden Initiative, and it doesn't really matter too much when you're first learning the game. They play fairly similar. There are some differences later on in the game, but we're going to go with Global Trust.
Locating island.
Okay, so now your game's loaded up, and you'll see
All
you have this
systems online.
large ship here. This is basically your main control center that this lady will help you. The first thing I'm going to do is click on it, and you'll see there's three options here. You got fish, these building modules, and tools. And you can basically place an order, and it doesn't cost you anything. You definitely want to take advantage of this, especially early on in the game. So I'm going to immediately place an order for some building modules.
How may I help you?
And you click OK,
Your order has been confirmed.
and she
The goods
confirmed the
have
order,
been sent.
and they take some time, but they'll be delivered back to this ship. So here you've got your little warship, and this is the only ship you have in the beginning of the game. And you can see it comes loaded with building modules, tools, and some fish. So the first thing you're going to want to do is sail that over to the island. And when it gets close to the shore, you'll see this little icon pop out here. It says Build Warehouse. So you click that, and you place this on the shoreline. You can't place it in here, you gotta place it on the shore. So you place that. And then all of the items on your ship are now gone, and they've automatically been put into this warehouse here. You see you've got your fish, your building modules, and your tools. Now I just got a notification up here that the order was received. So take your ship, come back over here, you click on this,
your order.
you'll see now the building modules are here. And once your ship is close enough, you click on the ship, there'll be a load option here. So you click on that, and then you'll see this green arrow saying that there's going to be a transfer. So you click on this a number of times, and it loads it into the ship. And then take the ship back over to your warehouse. And then same thing, it gets close enough, you see that arrow, and then click on that, and that will load it into the warehouse. Now it says capacity reach, which basically means that the warehouse has a max of building modules, can't hold any more. And that's okay for now. So now what we're going to do is click down here on this construction menu, and we're going to build a depot, and we'll basically place this kind of overlapping to some extent. You may want to, so if you can't build it here, it's got to be touching your current build area of the first building you put down. So we'll put it here. Now by doing that, I've expanded my storage capacity. So now you'll see these building modules are no longer maxed out. So we'll click on the ship, transfer, we'll transfer some more. We reached the capacity again. So what we're going to do now is we're going to build some houses. So there's two options here. This infrastructure person and the tycoon workers. So we're going to click on the public option here. And we'll make a city center. And we'll just put that right here for
Building
now.
selection expanded.
Then we'll click on that, and we'll probably want to build some roads around that first before we start building houses. So there's two different ways of doing that. You can click on the infrastructure person and then click on roads, and we'll just make a road here by dragging it, and then you can go around like this. The shortcut is hotkey S, so just hit your S button and drag your roads. Now, roads don't cost any building modules or anything like that. They cost credits, which is up here, basically how much money you have. And right now you can see we're in the red. We're not making any money. We're actually losing 53 credits. That's okay for now. The way to change that is to basically get more tax income. And we don't have any of that right now because we don't have any people. So we're going to build some houses. And to build houses, you click on the tycoon workers and the worker barracks. And you can see that it costs 2 building modules per house. And we'll build some more houses over here. You want to build these on a road. Basically your houses have to be connected to the city center via a road. So now we've got some houses built and we've used some building modules. So we click down here on our warehouse again, we'll see that these building modules have been used a little bit. We still have some more on the ship. So we're going to transfer those. Let's check back our main ship, and we can see that the cooldown for the express delivery, we still have almost 14 minutes left before we can place our next delivery. In the meantime, you may want to take your ship and just go explore the map a little bit. So I'll just click over here on this mini map and just send him off. See what he finds. So, probably going to want to build some more houses. So, just place some more houses here. Like that. By hitting S, I'm going to build some more roads.
Scanning unknown coast.
Build some more houses. You don't want to build a fair amount of houses. The more houses you build, the more tax revenue you have. Just build some roads to fill it in so that everybody's connected.
New island coordinates acquired.
And I'm basically just going to max out my building modules, or use them all up rather, building houses. Now the other thing that you're going to want to start thinking about is generating resources. And right now, as far as resources go that your population is going to need, is going to be
for
food.
community not met.
And now I'm getting a warning
hard work
here saying that
doesn't bother me,
community is
'cause
not
everything else
met.
is going great.
You see these red icons, and basically that means that the community is not met. They are unable to get to this community center, and that's basically just because there's no road attaching them. So all we have to do is just build a road like that, and immediately you see those errors start dropping off. So if you click on a worker barracks, you'll see down here that they require food, community, and some type of beverage, and eventually they're going to need this activity, but for now it's grayed out because it says here, if you look to the left, it says 144 tycoon workers required, and right now we only have 122, so we haven't unlocked that yet.
The neighbors also think we have it good
So
here.
we're going to need some more food, and if you look down here, we only have 8 fish.
Construction opportunities. Expanded.
So click on the construction menu, click on fish, and you can put it on the shoreline, or you can pretty much build it anywhere out here. I'm just going to build it off to the side. And then the other resource we need to worry about is going to be these building modules, because we're going to run out of them, and just ordering them from the main ship over here isn't going to do it. So we're going to need to start generating our own. The way to do that is to, again, click on this, you're going to want to click on the Tycoon Workers, and then up here to Building Modules, and you'll see that there's a Basalt Crusher, which you'll need, and that leads to this smelter. So this supplies the goods required that the smelter will use to actually produce these building modules. So we'll start with this Basalt Crusher, and this can be placed anywhere in, you know, the highlighted area that you've created, either from your warehouse or this trade depot. So we'll just kind of put it off to the side here, and then we'll also build a smelter. I'll put that right next to it. Now, we need a road to go from both of these buildings to either this warehouse or this trade depot. And these don't need to be connected as long as goods are being transferred to one depot or a warehouse. They're all interconnected, so we just need one road. Just make a road like that. So now these are all connected. So these will start generating. You can see it's coming off with the resources required to feed this building here. And you'll see this start to fill up. If you click on this smelter here, you'll see that this is starting to fill up, and eventually we'll start generating these building modules, and they will be delivered to this trade depot. And once they're in the depot, they then become automatically available anywhere on the island. However, when you start getting farther in the game, resources are specific to each island, but that's more advanced. So, we've got some building modules being made, we've got some fish coming in, we've got some population going, and you can see there you've got some food, they've got community. We don't have any drink yet, so we will build that next. So in order to build the drink, this is a little bit different than the Basalt Crusher and the building module setup. It's the same idea though. You would click on this Tycoon Workers and you click on the distillery, and that's going to be the beverage of choice. So now this is the distillery. This is a little bit different, and you'll see in a minute how this works. You're going to want a little bit of room for this, so we'll just put it right here.
Energy supply inadequate.
Now here's another thing that's come up, is the energy requirement. You'll see up here, this is our energy, and we are -1 because I just placed this down, and it requires 1 energy. So we'll worry about that in a second. Now on the distillery, once you place it, you click on it, and then you have to build these production areas. So you click on one of them, and there's like these little fields. So place one there, place one there, place one there. It requires a minimum of 2. The more you put down, the more efficient it is. And you have to be careful when you do this because you need to leave room for a road. The road has to connect to this main building in the center, and you can see it's connected because it highlights it with green there. So make sure that you don't cover up that space with these fields. And then we can probably fit one more in there. Okay, so now we are generating the beverage to drink for our community.
Game saved.
And you'll see this start to fill up soon. So now we need to worry about the energy, which we're up here, we're at -1. So we'll go to our construction menu, and under this tycoon workers, we'll go to coal power. And this is kind of like the way we built the modules. So we'll build a rotary excavator, and we'll place that here. If I was more serious about this game, I might think a little bit more about my layout, but for now I'm just showing you basically the the basics of how to play. So this is going to be digging coal out of the ground, and we'll need to feed that to this coal power station. And you can see when I placed that I used 1 building module and 4 tools. So right now we haven't had to worry too much about tools, but we will be getting low on them. You can see we only have 19 left. So let's check back here. Our next order, we're probably going to want to order tools. We can do that in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So we'll do that next.
Due to pollution.
And then again, we need to build a road connecting to any other road. And then once the coal is delivered, the coal basically gets delivered to a trade depot, and then from the trade depot gets delivered to the coal power station. I believe it may be directly delivered from the rotary excavator to the power station. I don't remember, but I believe you do need a road that goes to at least a trade depot, or I could have made the road go to this main warehouse. So now we've got the power station. You can see we're in the green here, plus 14. So let's check either this trade depot or this warehouse. Doesn't matter which one we click on, they're all going to give me the same inventory. And we can see we have 8 building modules, 19 tools. We got a little bit of fish, a little bit of liquor for our people to drink. They just used it up. Click back on a worker barracks, and you can see that we've satisfied their food, their need for community, their need for drink, and now they are saying we want something to do, we want an activity. So that will be our next step. And to satisfy that need, again, the construction menu, and we'll see here that under the public, there's an option to build a casino. So we'll do that. We'll place the casino here. And again, it needs to be connected to a road that connects to all of the other houses.
Oh, the hard work doesn't bother me.
Now if we
because
click on a
everything else
worker
is going
barracks, we'll
great.
see that the need for activity has been fulfilled. And from here you basically just keep building houses. You will need to start building other things to generate resources. So you can see we've unlocked this other guy here. Before we just had the option for the building modules, the coal, the fish. So now this guy, we now have the option for tools and for concrete. And they all basically work the same way. Some require more than one thing, like this over here for instance was a basalt crusher. That's all we needed was basalt feeding the smelter. But if we look here under the tools, it actually requires a couple different steps. So we need the iron ore and we need coal, which will then generate this iron smelter, and we can use the iron from the smelter to then build a tool. So there's a few different steps that need to be done. And the coal we can just get anywhere out of the ground. The iron ore, however, is different. We need an iron ore mine. And that's what these little icons are here. They're different sources of places you can get resources from. So this is a mine site. This is basically a place you could put a lobster trap, but that's later on in the game when you need other types of food. So this mine site here is probably what we're going to use. And one important thing to note is that there's different resources on different islands. So on this island here, Destiny, we can look and we can see that on this island we can produce tea, we can produce rice, we can produce coffee. There's an unknown fertility, which basically means that it's customizable, but we'd have to acquire the seeds to basically plant a new fertility. And then if you click this little arrow here, you'll see the raw materials available. So there's basalt, which we've been using. There's no oil. There's lobster. There's no gold. There's sand. And you know there's sand because there's a river. Whenever there's a river, you can get sand from these points here. So there's sand. There's mine sites. There's 6 of them. There's coal, iron, limestone, copper. There is no uranium. So it has what we need, which is for making the tools we're going to need this iron ore site. So let's click on that, and you'll note we can't place it, and that's because it's not within this green area or this highlighted area on this depot. So we need to build another depot. So it builds basically like this we did in the beginning of the game. Click on this first person here, infrastructure, and click on depot, and then just build it so that it highlights that that site there. I'll place that, and then we can go and we can place our iron ore. It says insufficient building materials, and that's because it requires 4 tools and 2 building modules, and we don't have any tools, which I talked about earlier. So
What can I do for
I'm
you?
going to click back on our main command shift here, and we'll see now that this cooldown is done and we can order tools.
Order
So we're going to do
received.
that.
My
Confirm.
information was of use to you.
Well, let's go see where our ship went. He's over here, just chilling out. So we're going to bring him back. Now, you may run into some pirates or something when you're exploring. If this little guy here, this warship, gets destroyed by pirates, you always get one of these ships. So if he does get destroyed, just click
I am
back
at
on
your
this
service.
main command ship here, and you'll see an option to get another warship. Just click that and you'll get another ship if this guy's destroyed. So he's coming back, and we still have four building modules on board. So I might want to empty those off.
Reporting delivery of ordered goods.
So our order has been received or
Your
delivered.
assignment?
There it is, 40 tools. So as soon as our ship comes back, we can pick those up. And then we'll be able to build that mine site. So pick up the tools, head back. Deliver the tools to the island. Then go back over to this mine site. Click on this third guy here, up to iron ore mine. Place that. So now we're drilling for iron ore. We need to do something with that iron ore. So now we're going to build the smelter. I like to build them fairly close to the mine, so we'll put that there. And then again, roads connecting. That's all we need for a road. This will deliver the ore to this depot, and the depot can deliver it to the smelter. And then we're also pulling coal out of the ground here. So the coal will be delivered to this depot, and then once it's available in this depot, it's automatically available in this depot. And then we can then build an iron smelter. So let's do that. Build this iron smelter. So the coal comes to this depot, it's automatically available in this depot. The iron comes to this depot, so we get coal and iron available in the depots. They get delivered to the smelter, and you can see that here. Coal and iron will start to produce the usable iron metal. And then with that, we can then build a tool factory. So I'll place the tool factory there. If you click on the tool factory, you'll see how much iron you have, and that will start producing tools. And it takes a little bit of time to get going, and then it's just a question of managing your resources. So one thing to keep in mind with coal is that you're now using coal for your coal power plant and the production over here for iron and then for your tools. So you may start running a little bit low on coal. You may need to either build another rotary excavator, or you can also build, just like we did here with the iron ore mine, you can build a coal mine. Either one works. So now we see there's zero productivity, and that basically just means that we're not getting any coal. So let's see why. So we'll click on our warehouse here, and we'll see that we have no coal, even though we have this rotary excavator that's running at 106%, and that's feeding our coal power station. So there's two options here. We can just wait a little bit and see if it balances out, or we can just go ahead, because we know we're probably going to need it, and build another rotary excavator. That's what I'm going to do for now. And connect that with the road. So now we've doubled our coal production. One thing that's nice about these rotary excavators is that you're not using up a mine site, because you're going to want to use those mine sites later on for other things. But it's, you know, up to you and how you want to play. So this is figuring itself out. It needs some coal, it needs some iron ore, so we'll just let that go for a little bit. Let's check back with our population. Normally I probably would have built maybe a few more houses here just to generate some more income, but you want to be careful, you know, how much your resources as far as building modules and stuff like that go, because you want to have enough to be able to build these other buildings here. You want to be able to generate your building modules and your tools and your coal and your power and get those established so that you know you've got the resources coming in. So you can see our buildings have grown, and that's because we've placed this casino here. So we've satisfied all of their needs, and now they've kind of gone up a tier and
Game saved.
basically unlocked the next options for the population. So now if you click on one of these buildings here, and you can see there's two different ones. This is the original building we built here, and he hasn't leveled up yet. And then most of these other guys have leveled up. So now they want more stuff. They want lifestyle, they want information. We are running a little low on food. If you click on the food, you'll see that with this next generation or next tier of building, they're more demanding, and they want fish, which is very well
TGIF.
satisfied.
And have the weekend
They
off
also
too.
want these convenience foods, so hamburgers or whatever. Whereas the basic worker barracks, they're satisfied with just fish. And so these guys want the fish, the hamburgers. Click on drink, they're still okay with just the liquor. Community's fine, activity's fine. Lifestyle, we haven't actually unlocked that yet because we need 600 tycoon employees.
Construction opportunities.
We're only at 359.
Expanded.
And information is kind of the same thing. 750 tycoons is required, and we're at 360.
Warning. Production breakdown.
So that's basically the beginning fundamentals of how you play the game. And from there, you just keep building, satisfying your the needs of your population, and just keep unlocking and building as you go. So now you can see you've unlocked this convenience food. It's the same idea as how we built this area over here. You know, two things are required to make this food factory. Let's just take a quick look here, see why we still have these red exclamation points. So in our trade depot, we're still a little low on coal. I saw it bump up to 2 or 3 and then immediately get used. This iron smelter is, we've got 5 coal and 5 iron, and we're running at 25%, which basically means that the supply is a little slow coming in, but it's getting there. And once that gets going and we start making iron, then the iron will get fed to this tool workshop. So just as I was looking at it there, the exclamation points went away because everything was working fine. It just needed a little bit of time to start going. And you'll see that when you have these requirements for you have multiple buildings. So you know, you build this stuff, you build the iron smelter. It takes time for the iron and the coal to be delivered to the iron smelter. Then it takes time for the iron to be smeltered and then delivered to the tool workshop. So if you build all of these at once, you may see that exclamation point over your tool workshop because It just takes time for this stuff to be produced and get there. It's not that there's an actual issue. It just takes a little bit of time for those to be delivered. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want me to make some more advanced videos or continue on from this one. Hope this helps get you started in the game. It's a great game, very addictive. I have hundreds of hours into it. So, hope you enjoy, and we will see you around.